Zarathushtra was a typical human being, born in a typical family. It is said that he was born in a priestly family, and that right from his early childhood he would question things. He wanted to know what the reality is. And for that very fact, he wasn't liked very much by people who were not interested in reality, who were not interested in truth. So he found himself in a society of people, in a community of human beings who were hypocrites, who said one thing, did another, and believed in something totally different. So he was very disappointed, to put it lightly, and was determined to understand truth, understand reality, understand what's going on. During the same period, the religion of that land was the religion of Mazda, which was based in the Vedas. It was a Vedic religion. It was a Mazda was perhaps a term that came from the root terms Mazda and Yajna. Yajna means sacrifice. Or the word yasna could be from the root word yasa, which means prayer. And Mazda certainly means the wisdom of the Lord, the omniscient knowledge, the omniscient wisdom, the so-called wisdom of God that governs this universe. So, at that time, in the East, a new uprising was taking place in the so-called region of India, and that was influencing the ideas in the West. And Zarathushtra was becoming aware that people are beginning to think that the universe has many, many gods. At one level that may be true, but those gods are not the God. And so he wanted to emphasize the God. And as he began to talk to people about this, started discussing this with his family, relatives, friends, colleagues, people in general, he started to experience a great deal of not only reluctance, which is a very light way of putting it, but actually a rebellious effort against him, to shun him, to drive him away. Even his own family, his own relatives were not supporting him. Even his own parents. To where he wasn't even able to function, to the point where they asked him to leave because they didn't want his presence there, it was too annoying to them, it was disrupting. So they would fight with Zarathushtra, they would eventually drive him out of the house, and not only that, the community made it so difficult for him to live there. They drove him out of the community. Actually, he took upon himself to walk out of the community. And early in his life, he went off into the mountains, very disappointed with what was going on, and he wanted to know what the truth was. Why was this happening to him? Why was this happening to anybody in the first place? So he went off into the mountains. It is said that he went there and meditated for several years. So during this period of his meditation in the mountains, his isolation, his monastic period, he attained to many deeper truths in understanding why such things happen in the world and what really is going on at the fundamental level of the universe, at the level of the law itself that governs the universe. So after many years of isolation in the mountains, he finally decided that he will come back to the community and share with them the great revelations he has had. And he thought that this time it may be different. But he was wrong.